So when does Bezos come into the picture and say, because that was really out of left field. People are like, okay, Amazon's dabbling with this Amazon Prime Video. Maybe they're going to do some original programming, whatever. But then they buy Twitch, and we're like, what was that about?
Yeah. So what happened
How did
was
that go down?
we ended up spinning out Social Cam. That went as its own company. A couple years later, sold it to Autodesk. It went for $60 million. And
Respectable.
Then, yeah, not bad. And then we ended up, kept working on Twitch over the years. Emmett became the CEO because he was really the product visionary behind Twitch and the driving force. And then after maybe 4 years of operation, basically the first 6 months of Twitch, we set these milestones and it just kind of grew every month. It grew and grew and grew. And then eventually, basically anything that gets big enough in Silicon Valley, there's kind of interest from all the FANG companies. They're interested in it, and Amazon was interested, and I think they saw the value in the business. It was something where there's it's kind of like it was just turning the corner at the point to being kind of like Netflix. So like Netflix at first started off, you want to see a certain video, so you say, oh, is it on Netflix? And now you go to Netflix to find something to watch, right?
Right.
And I think Twitch was going through that transition in 2014, where at first you started to go, I want to see this certain type of video, or this certain broadcaster, or this certain content creator, and then to now like, Twitch is a brand where I associate with certain kind of entertainment, so I'm going to go there and watch. And so I think Twitch they saw this like longevity in it, and
And so that was in 2014.
that was September 2014.
That was the best day of your life up to that point, I think.
The day of my life that had happened, I remember. At this time, Emmett was running the company. I'm just on the board of directors. I'm non-operational in the company. Yeah. And so I went to Burning Man.
Yeah.
And the deal was supposed to close, and I'm like, they had my signatures in escrow or whatever, so I don't have to do anything. So I'm like, I'm
you're
going
on
to
the
be
playa.
offline. I'm going to Burning Man, and it rains at Burning Man, and I woke up in a pool of water because I was sleeping in a little yurt that we made out of like construction foam. And so I woke up that day.
This is pre you having money, so you didn't have the ability to have a trailer. So
well,
you're in
I also, you got to go. I wanted to go in a way that was more authentic.
Got it.
I like that part of it. So I woke up. It rained that night, and we didn't duct tape the tarp on into the sides of this construction foam.
You're in mud.
So I woke up in playa mud. And
delightful.
Later on, a friend of mine comes in. There's no cell phone service, and a friend of mine comes in, and he's like, "Congratulations!" So I knew it was on.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That was your best burn then.
That was. It was.
Yeah. Did you go to the temple and put a Justin TV logo and
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Justin TV. It is such an amazing, like almost decade journey of like.
It's 8 years of crazy ride,
And 6 years of it was just dismal.
We had fun times. I learned a lot, right? That's the most important thing is I was working with my friends, my very good friends. I learned a lot of like, I started from very bad at many things. I was tweeting about this last week, but I started with so few skills, right? Like no programming, barely any programming skills, horrible management and leadership skills, and didn't really understand anything about business, as evidenced by the fact that we tried to start a company about me broadcasting from my camera on my head.
Yeah.
And I learned so much through this process that even the dismal kind of sad times were very productive at the end of it. I look back fondly on them.